tight, and that causes the situation. Yeah, like that.
And just one way?
Kind of, you can even kind of lift your leg up and hold it if you can a little bit with your hands and kind of push down a little bit. It gives a similar feeling. It's better, of course, when Felicia does it. But do you feel that on the tush there kind of relax?
And just rotate one direction?
Both directions. Yeah.
Because you could even get the, like, even the bend.
Uh-huh. And pull it.
No, and you can use it to move your hand, rotate your legs, so you don't have to be reaching. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or even like with the towel too, right?
Yeah. So that's a good thing for releasing that, getting the thighs. And we've been working on that, Felicia, like your mom's stance over the arches. Margaret is a heel stander. So now, Felicia, you can relax your mom so as. Are your cats still alive, Luffy and Trix?
I think so. I saw Luffy once yesterday.
On the camera?
And did find her hiding in the futon, so she took a picture of her. Trix I've seen roaming around a couple of times, so.
He's alive.
Yeah, I think so. See if they're traumatized or not when we get back.
Uh-huh.
Trix is probably lonely.
Probably, because he's like, Luffy doesn't play with me.
Yeah. But we're good. We need to get like a Furbo or something that turns on like motion detector, because right now it's only when I go look at the cameras, so they're usually nowhere to be found.
So I have WYZE cameras in my house and outside, and they will, if you set them up, they will be motion detection. They're pretty inexpensive, like $36 a camera. And now you're gonna take her leg, take the ball out, and do the finger, the butt SI joint grab. Yeah, and push the thigh down and up into the body there. And you could even set them like they have a pretty inexpensive cloud that records events and stores them for a little bit of time, and you can always download them on your phone. So if you like miss them, you can always look back at the events.
Yeah.
That's how I catch the raccoons.
Yeah, because we have one outside on the garage facing the driveway, so I can see, when people are coming.
Yeah.
But nothing like that inside. So yeah, we should get something like that.
I just installed another floodlight with camera and everything.
Yeah.
I figured the brighter the light, the more it would keep people away. And now we're going to do the knee thing on that leg. So you're going to pick up her leg and do the thumb down, thumb pushing the fibula towards the foot, and the end of the fibula pushing down to the floor. So like if your mom's knee's like this and her foot's this way, pushing down at the same time. Does that make sense? Lifting her leg up, like have it lifted, and then you push the left thumb towards, have your have your right hand in an underhand grip, yeah. And you can push the left thumb towards the ankle, the fibula top, and pull with the right thumb a little down towards the floor. On most people, it gets rotated forward. Good. And then you can put the foot down and push in that groove between the fibula and the tibula. So put it all the way straight. And then put your thumbs in that little groove. Is it tight?
Yeah.
Have you been doing more walking around, Margaret, now that the kids are all there?
Yes.
Have you been mowing the lawn?
No, not.
That's good.
I think I'm calling someone in a couple of days.
Is that side pretty tight?
Mm-hmm.
Do both legs, Margaret, feel a little heavier on the floor?
Excuse me?
Do both legs feel a little heavier on the floor now?
Down more?
Down more?
Luckily this one, and this one, yes.
Good.
Both, this one I can feel more.
So that's how they should be feeling all the time.
You know, it was down more than this one, but this one is more than what it was before.
Yeah. He's so like a little rogue, but doesn't look like Rogue. Rogue lays like that and licks. He's better though. Of course, I've been using tuning forks and cold laser therapy on him.
You put the bone one on his.
Yeah. And the blood circulation too, because he's probably got arthritis.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Animals love it. Well, at least mine do.
Okay. No, thing. No, he's gonna go running away. No, he'll stay. He says he's so good.
They kind of like it. Babies like it too. I have a client who brought her 11th month old, and he always reaches out for it. So I put it on his hand, and he holds it, and his eyes get big, and it's cool. So now you're going to turn and face your mom's foot and do that talus. You know, both thumbs go down in the middle of the ankle, and then you kind of go from side to side, feeling where it feels ease, and that's where you stay. And kind of, and then we're also going to add today too, besides the fibula opening, we're also going to add a little foot. And now with the massage ball, Margaret, you can roll your feet out on the massage ball when you're sitting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like when you're sitting.
Yeah. Yeah, all over the place. Like we talked about it last time, like going in on the ankle, you know, making sure all the ankle points move. So now you're going to do the fibula thing where you take the heel of your thumb, left thumb sticks on the end of the fibula and pulls down, and then Margaret, you're going to flex and point your foot.
Am I supposed to have her foot in the air?
It can be on the ground, and then just grab that and kind of pull it down, like down with your thumb. Like I use this part of my hand and put it
on the top of her ankle, or should I be from the foot side?
You should be like if you're facing like that. Like I put my on the end of the ankle and push down. Yeah. And then Margaret, you're going to flex and point your foot. Basically, you want to get the end of the fibula aiming down, and you might at one point feel it kind of click. Do you feel it kind of go?
Yeah.
And then you're going to face the foot and stick your thumbs mostly probably in her metatarsal and bend the foot around your thumbs. And you'll find in there like little areas that feel tight and just push and hold it. How's the toe walking been going, Margaret?
That's a lot better than before.
Yay. Yay. Yeah, you can do tuning forks on you and tuning forks on Ollie. Ollie's his name, right?
Odie. Odie.
Odie. I was close, sorry. Look at him. He's like, huh?
Yeah. He turned like that.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm getting tuning forks.
Look, is there a treat coming my way?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there's an area that's stiff?
Not that way.
That's good. So now, before we leave this leg, go back up to the quad and stick your thumbs in like in the middle of the quad above the knee. And just feel it like, you know, like up in here. Feel the middle part and see if it feels tight.
Yeah.
So just kind of massage that out. I was going to say if you had the nerve tuning fork, you could save your hands a bit.
Yeah, I feel like there's a big knot right here.
Yeah. And that will cause extreme.
Yeah, there's like a big knot right here.
Yeah, and the muscles, since the little ball's there now, we're going to have a whole fiesta too, Felicia. We're going to do IT band, and we're going to do all the underneath attachments to the knee. Is it more the IT band that's tight? Like on the side?
It's like in between.
In between. So it's the vastus lateral, like the quad that crosses out to the outer part of the knee.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. Which makes sense because of the slight like external rotation.
Yeah, because it's like this much on top of her knee. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I feel in both right there.
Is it relaxing a little bit or is it grouchy?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. No, not in here. No, there's a right. You can feel it, yeah.
And then check the side of the the side. There's only a side. The IT band. by like I started either end and
It
push.
actually feels kind of loose.
Oh, good. Okay. Wow. Impressive, Margaret.
All in the front now.
Yeah.
From the side to right
Yeah,
here.
right there in that little. Yeah. It's probably because of that little turnout.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
But those knots result from standing along, you know, like in teaching, you were always standing, because that's when I started getting those knots.
It could, especially if you were standing
Because we weren't supposed to sit, and so we had to basically almost stand the
entire
most.
time. Yeah. And that could be from standing, but it can be from standing, with the wrong alignment.
Exactly.
Or in heels, you would have been in
Yeah.
heels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heels. I
Yeah.
love heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that messes up the whole alignment of the hip and the thigh. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the IT band feels actually really relaxed.
That's good. It's just that little vastus lateralis crossing.
It's not right here.
If you go, because that muscle goes from out here, it'll cross across the quad that way. If you move back up towards your mom's midline and just like feel the line of it, can you get like, if you pull it down towards that area or kind of try to put it on contraction and see if it will loosen up a little bit.
Like towards the knee, right? Down
Yeah.
that way.
Uh-huh. It's kind of like bringing the two ends together towards the knot to kind of get the knot to kind of compress on itself and then relax. And no other part of it feels bad, right?
It's a little lumpy in here.
Yeah, like I call it gristle. Doesn't it feel like gristle?
Mm-hmm.
You know what you can do is do that, since we don't have the tuning forks, you can do that Chinese kind of loose finger and try that on it. Just to kind of bring some blood flow to it. Yeah. I don't know, we call it like Chinese massage, but it may not even be from there.
Yeah.
Does that feel a little better?
A little better.
Yeah, because it doesn't hurt as much when you press down on it too. I think it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're going to take the little massage ball and put it, I'm getting my little ball. Put it, like, as your mom's laying there, like start up at the quad here and put it down. And then you can push, I kind of face the client perpendicular and push down on the quad and kind of rock and feel how it feels. Like if it feels tight or loose. And then I pick up the ball and I slide it down a little bit more towards, I keep inching along and kind of rocking and pushing down. And then I inch it down and see, usually as you get closer to the knee, and we're not going to actually do the knee joint, but we're going to do right above the knee joint. it gets tighter. Yeah, I could even see there it's a little tighter.
Mhm.
And then we skip the actual joint, but we're right close to it. And then you're going to go on the other side of it really high up by the calf.
Okay.
Does that hurt, Margaret?
Not really, but you can feel a little something, but where I felt the most was about this area.
Yeah.
What? Behind your leg
behind,
now?
behind like 2 bones up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Felt something.
Closer to the thigh.
Uh-huh.
But here, you do feel something, but well, not really pain, but like a,
And really push down on it. Yeah. The calf will be, I have a feeling Margaret will be tighter. So that makes sense because the whole thigh is a little bit forward in the joint. So the closer to the thigh area would be pulling.
and then on that one up here on the top on the thigh, where I said you could feel more of that sensation,
Yeah.
then something like a little sensation going down that way.
Down that way. That's a little bit of like one of the nervations, not always sciatic, but one of the lower L5, S1, or S2, if it starts to go down the leg like that. Excellent. And then now just lay that once you get to the end, we're gonna before we do we're saving the best side for the second round. That leg should feel. Oh, look at it. Yeah. How does that leg feel, Margaret? Way down there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You can even see it. It's like your mom has two different bodies.
Yeah, because this one felt flatter before, now this one feels flatter.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to rinse and repeat, Felicia, everything on the entire side. Starting with lifting the leg and the fibula alignment, pushing the fibula, right thumb, pushing it towards the ankle, left thumb pushing the end of it down to the floor. So what I do is usually to help, if you don't have I put my hand like on the knee like this, even though it's facing the wrong way, and push, and then this one down. It's hard to do on myself, but I kind of don't. I need like a mannequin, right? One of those crash test dummies that I can like pick up and move.
Just leg parts, so it's easier.
Yeah. Looks like that one's a little more stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to lay it down and do the finger push in between the fibula and tibula. That little muscle there. Is it looser than the other leg?
Yeah.
Wow.
Until I get closer to the ankle.
Ah. Interesting, because even laying there, the left leg turns out more than the right.
Because when she would, I moved it.
Yeah. It's just the natural stance.
Yeah, not until like mid
Uh-huh.
does it get tight.
Well, this ankle is a little stiffer, and I can even tell the foot's a little tighter in the metatarsal because the toes are a little more together.
Mm-hmm.
That foot looks like it has a worse bunion.
Mm-hmm.
Even from the metatarsal end. You're gonna have to stay there, Felicia, just to do this like every other day on your mom.
No.
That's probably something that cats are probably stay a bit
Yeah.
in California a little bit longer.
Yeah. Maybe the next door neighbor will rent his back house to us.
Oh, does he have like an ADU?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like bigger than the front house.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. There's like no backyard anymore in that house.
Oh, so is what is happening here in LA happening in San Antonio where like people are building? Is it?
Well, not that I've seen any
Uh-huh.
that build like the extra units in the back of the house or anything like that. Not really, I don't think.
Because it, like in my neighborhood, there's these 2-story monstrosities going in the backyard of our small little properties
Yeah, no.
everywhere.
Yeah.
This is where I'm glad that my neighbors that surround me are all poor. So now you're going to face your mom's foot and put your right heel of your thumb on her fibula bone, the little bone on the end. And Margaret, you're going to flex and point your foot.
This is the one that this would be the right thing.
Yeah, this ankle's much stiffer.
I can think of pointing this stuff there.
Yeah. I feel like the flexing is better on this side though.
Her talus is better placed.
I think it's probably that exercise with the band on the table.
Yeah.
Where I go this towards the big toe and towards the little toe.
Yes.
I think that has really helped this foot.
Yeah. That looks like that left foot needs some toe socks.
Yes. No, and like I said, remember the last time I was wearing them? Yeah, I wore them part of this week. Maybe a couple of days.
Yeah, because I can see her big toe is misaligned. It needs a lane shamer.
Yeah.
And then, did it click kind of into place or move a little bit?
I think so.
Good. Now do a little talus test on this one just to see. So you're going to turn and face the foot and stick your thumbs down in that little bone and kind of little side to side.
Yeah, it doesn't really go in at all.
Yeah. It seems like that foot isn't so lateral as it is medial in its issues.
Yeah, I feel like there's no motion towards like to
Yeah,
the center.
to the center. So a little fix for that is also, besides the talus, see if I can get myself, is like a couple of things. Like if you're facing perpendicular to me, I put my hand down on the very end of the tibia and I grab the knee and I push down on the end of the tibia and I kind of move a little side to side until I feel the easement. Yeah, and like you're pushing down with that left hand on the end of the tibia, like into the ground. So I take like this part of my hand and I really push down on it, like into the ground. And then you'll feel the little modulation kind of move. Do you feel it easing up a little bit?
I think so.
Like really grab the tippy, like the ankle end, and like really shove it into the ground. I know that sounds crazy.
Does it hurt?
Yes.
Where does it hurt? On the outside?
Yeah, when you're talking, your thumb is.
Or my stomach?
Oh, yeah. Probably because that isn't, it's not used, as you're moving it, it's not used to getting that medial stretch, right? Because it's kind of stuck out.
A little knob, just something, give it some big grip.
Uh-huh.
Like when you hit it like that, it's just like that one little spot.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because I don't feel anything.
Really?
I don't feel anything under the thumb. Like I don't.
Yeah, see, and I feel something there.
Yeah. So another little fix is to kind of put the heel, like grab the end of the, I kind of have my hand underneath the bottom of the, and under the heel, and I kind of put the Achilles on slack and feel all the muscles up in here as they move, and you can kind of articulate and move the ankle a little bit and put it on slack and kind of adjust it that way and kind of get that medial. Yeah, you can feel with your fingers on the inside, like those little attachments. And you kind of put the whole, because it seems like the, maybe the Achilles too is a little off on that foot up into the calf because of the way the toe doesn't really bend.
Mm-hmm.
There, it looks like she's getting a little more medial rotation now.
Yeah, because I feel like before it wasn't moving
Yeah.
at all.
This foot needs surgery, so to speak. Not in the typical Western sense, but and then yeah, you can do the art, the thumb in the metatarsal and the arch, and I'd even kind of grab your mom's toes a little apart. Like, see how that big toe?
Yeah.
Like, put your thumb in there and kind of pull that big toe out straight.
Oh, the toast.
No, I don't know.
To me, it always feels good when people pull your toes apart.
Yes. Where are the little shoes? I'll-
Which is probably why, because the left foot has the worst bunion, which is probably why the left knee is the worst. It's a whole compilation. With the heel wearing, of course. For what, 30 something years? What grade did you teach, Margaret?
I went from third grade to ninth grade.
Oh, wow.
I started in third, in elementary, and I went on to middle school.
Uh
My
huh.
last 10 years were in middle school.
Nice.
Yeah, because I got tired of the little ones.
Little ones are tiring. That's why. Then on this leg, Felicia, check your mom's quad above the knee. Let's see what's going on there. And that you taught at least back when middle school kids weren't as mean as they are now.
Exactly. Well, that's when I decided to retire, when they started getting a little disrespectful, and
Uh huh.
little bit it was difficult to really discipline anybody anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. I have a retired teacher in my neighborhood that walks, and back when I used to walk Jackson, I'd always run into her, and she said, "I'm so glad she retired when she did, because she said it was getting to the point where she couldn't even teach her subject."
Uh, yeah,
And she said the kids were so disrespectful.
yes. But I quit right, when they started behaving that way.
Yeah.
And the big problem was that you didn't have the support of a parent like you did before,
Right.
you know.
Well, everybody's kids now are angels, Margaret. Come on.
Yeah.
And they want to be their kid's best friend. They don't care that they mistreat their teachers. It's a shame. I'm glad you got out when you did, though. Save your sanity. How's that thigh, Felicia? Is it different than the other one?
Yeah, it's better lower,
Uh huh.
but then higher towards the hip, there's a lump right here.
Yeah, little gristle. Doesn't it, to me, it feels like gristle.
Yeah.
That's my official term for it.
But I used to have more. Yeah.
You have more gristle, Margaret?
Used to. One of those spots. And now it's less.
Uh huh.
No, but I have more of those spots. But I was telling Felicia that I even asked the doctor, if I could do something for that, and she said, "Well, just do massage the leg." That was all she said. And I go, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, all those little gristly spots will affect how the knee moves. Because that's basically those thin little attachments through the knee besides the ligaments are the only thing the knee's got to support it. So if one end of the muscle has that kind of like gristle in it, it'll pull the attachment in the knee. And knees are so compliable, like they comply, they're like good students. They comply very well, that if one muscle pulls it a little bit the way they are engineered, it can pull the knee really quickly to slide to one area just because it's such a loose joint.
Yeah, and this one's on the outside more, I think.
Than the other one? Yeah, which makes sense because that one is more the turned out leg. And higher up, huh? By the hip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Where it's kind of gripping and holding.
Yeah.
Poor little legs got a beating. I just went and got some water. I didn't leave you. I can see you on the big screen. I got you on the big screen. I bet you that IT band is tighter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's up like in that same area where that.
Yeah. So almost probably like is the muscle that's tight. How can I show? Kind of like up right here.
Yeah.
So that is separate from the quads and is the tensor. It's the latte, the tensor fascia latte. I call it because it looks like latte. But so that's a little muscle that goes from the top of the hip and comes down and attaches into the femur there, and it's pretty short. So often you can even take that muscle too and kind of pull it together and kind of, for your mom, I rotate it medially in, like kind of put your hand, you feel it, and kind of put your hand on it and kind of rotate it in a little bit. It's basically a helper in lifting the leg and a little bit of a abductor, internal rotation abductor, and they get tight and pulled when there's a lateral rotation like that left leg has a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should drink more. Oh no, no coffee. Forget it. No lattes. And then for some reason, when it grips, it seems like the IT band next to it has like sympathy for it, and just kind of like.
Yeah, it's a good person.
And now the IT band relaxed a bit, huh? Yeah, they're kind of symbiotic friends. It's the IT band thinking, I wish I had more red meat like you. I'm so thin and sinewy. We're taking advantage of you, Felicia, since you're there.
Always taking advantage of me.
Yes.
No, yeah, because I feel like it's good. Fine, right? I don't feel anything anymore up there.
It relaxed now?
Yeah, now the tightness is down here where I didn't think it was tight before.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the moving tightness as you fix one thing. This is the peeling of the onion.
Yeah.
But already it's funny, like just because this is all Don Lee stuff plus my weird things I've added.
Yeah.
Um, Margaret, like your whole structure of your thighs and everything look very well placed in comparison to the pelvis and look relaxed and like good, like that good energy. You're gonna have to have Abel give you a massage, Felicia. Now you're gonna take the massage ball and do under the, yep. Interesting. How does that top part of the hamstring feel since the top part of the quad was tight?
What?
Where is it now?
What this feels like it before.
Uh-huh.
So baby that it felt before.
Uh-huh. And the back of your leg?
It's still, it feels good. You know, it's not, it's good.
And your toes on the left foot look a little better.
You know, towards the bottom of the ones. Yeah.
So, yeah, here it is.
You won't even know your legs when you stand up, Margaret. They'll be like foreign entities to you. Yeah, don't let your legs go numb. That happens to me every morning kneeling, working on Jackson.
You're addressing the same thing.
If you told the places to go, it would be for general property.
How's that calf?
Is it tight?
I think it's a,
Yeah,
It's tight, huh?
yeah, right there.
aliens near you.
What?
Sounds like there's aliens over there.
There is. It's the trash coming. You know that beeping?
Beeping, but then there's like a
like
there's a
pool.
hump. Oh, the sun's coming out.
Is it?
A little bit. Or maybe it's the hum of the engine of the truck.
Or maybe it's for the rolling
There could be aliens, though.
I did hear that there was a UFO somewhere.
Really?
Was it in Nevada maybe? That I feel like people called the police because they said there was a UFO that had crashed in their backyard or something.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
I think so. Who knows what it really was?
Area 51 is out there, right?
Yeah.
The forbidden area.
That bench is scary.
Yeah. Have you heard of Skinwalker Ranch?
No, is that in Texas?
No,
Is it in Nevada?
Nevada or Arizona somewhere. Even the Indian tribes that live around there in that area, that Skinwalker Ranch is like a you don't go on that land.
Is it owned by the government?
No, it's been owned by private people, but they're always doing all sorts of experiments on there, trying to figure out what it is that's there.
I gotta look it up.
Really interesting. It's kind of scary though. People live on that land, because I wouldn't.
Because my brother and his wife watch all of the like Discovery Channel, Nat Geo like mysteries.
Uh-huh.
You know, where the adventurers go to figure out this mystery that's been
Yeah.
a legend for whoever knows how many years. So that's one of the series that they were watching about that ranch.
Okay.
They actually have experts that know what they're looking for. So the owner has some kind of, I mean, he's a rich person. He really can spend the money on trying to figure out what it is.
It's in Ballard, Utah, and is reputed to be the site of paranormal and UFO related activities. Its name is taken from the Skinwalker of Navajo legend concerning vengeful shamans.
Yeah, because somebody put a curse on that land for some reason. I don't know who it was. It was stupid.
It was the vengeful shamans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Scary.
Let's see, it's now owned, it's also known as Sherman Ranch. Robert Bigelow now owns it 2016 to the present. Brandon Fugel via adamantium real estate.
Yeah.
Okay. It's set in the 1970s.
What channel was that thing on?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's like a whole series of that.
Yeah, these early stories details the claims of a family that allegedly experienced inexplicable and frightening events after they purchased and occupied the property back in the 70s.
Yeah, it's got different owners.
Yeah.
I mean, even one of the researchers there, he winds up getting headaches in different parts of the land.
Oh yeah.
He just leaves as soon as he starts feeling something. So.
Uh-huh. There are areas of the earth like that. So now, Margaret, you're going to stand, and Felicia's going to do a little adjustment on you there. First of all, you've been laying there a long time. How do you feel?
It feels good. Even the knee is feeling pretty good.
Good.
Okay.
It's okay. It's a family affair.
All right.
Everybody's up. They're like, what? We're all getting up. So it's okay. Rogue almost took me out carrying Jackson this morning, so it's all good. Because he doesn't move. He just like stands there. So you look pretty good, Margaret. How does that feel in the legs and the feet? Can you move them a little bit when you walk and walk about and see how it feels? You can go all the way around your house if you want.
It feels good. You can tell.
So your biggest thing, Felicia, is to get your mom to walk through her feet.
You have to walk.
Uh-huh. See how she's very
He's
flat
I do
footed?
that and all my toes are cracking.
Yeah.
Right? Like curvature, they are everything and the down to the toe. Yeah. Like Blondie, what are you doing? Are there crumbs on the floor?
Mm-hmm. So now, Felicia, while your mom's standing there, you can put your I'm gonna kneel so you can see me. Like hand, you'll be up this way, kind of on her tush, and your hands this way on her thigh, and you're gonna push her pelvis up at an angle and push the thigh back and up behind it, kind of like that, like that. Uh-huh. So I usually put like my right hand, like the palm of the hand on the back part, go to the back of her. There you go. And push forward and up and push the thigh back and up. Like behind, try to get the thigh behind your right hand, if that makes any kind of weird sense. Yeah. Do you feel how that is, Margaret? How you're standing there a little bit different? I can. It doesn't matter that I can't see, but I just want her to feel. Do you feel a little different on that leg?
It's like it's straighter.
Yeah. So that is the feeling you want to have when you are standing, and I can already tell it puts your weight over your arch of your foot. Whereas normally I can see on the other foot your weight is back in the heel. So this is something for like memory for you. See how that, yeah. And then Felicia will do the other side so you can feel what that feels like. Look at his cute little white tip on his tail. Do, do, do. I've decided I'm coming back as somebody's very spoiled animal in a wonderful house where I get to nap all the time.
Right.
That's my new. Yeah, there you go. So that is how you should feel when you're standing all of the time. See how your weight, your pelvis feels like it's up and floating over your legs, and your weight is more towards the middle arch of your foot. Yeah. Feels different, huh? Yeah. Feels like your, so you want to feel like your pelvis is up and floating forward.
Instead of seeing back.
Yeah, you don't want to tuck your tush like that.
Okay.
Your mom now has gone a little posterior tilt, Felicia.
So don't go this way though.
Yeah. Go, like, this is going to be weird, but put your hands under your mom's tush and push up. That's how it should feel. Like,
Well, not another ball maybe for her to sit on too.
yeah, like that. That's how it should feel. Yes. So you don't want that to tuck under. You want that to feel lifted up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So a lot of people grip with the hamstrings to feel power, and that ends up tucking the pelvis under this way, and instead it should be lifted up, and yes, and that long, and the power of everything else held with the pelvis and the pelvic floor.
It's more using your abs than your butt.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
There you go. Yes. So now your shirt too hangs level. Yeah. And your weight, do you feel, Margaret, how your weight is more over your arches?
Or over here.
Yeah. And how do your knees feel here?
But
Yeah.
they
So your knees kind of should be taken out of the equation of bearing any weight. They're just floating in the middle. Yeah, that looks really good. Uh-huh. That's your new stance. Uh-huh.
Easy. Yeah.
Feels weird, huh?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. But now, yeah, how do you feel now after Felicia's surgery on you?
That feels good. Yeah, like I always tell Felicia, you have your 2, 3 hours where just feel, you just continue feeling okay, and then you go back to the
Yeah.
to the pain or the ache in the knee, so
Yeah. But you gotta just keep trying to change. It's a little bit. So, unfortunately, when you wear high heels for the length of time that you did, that kind of tucky position
yes.
happens by nature because the way you're up on the arch of the feet, so you have to just undo the patterning. Felicia knows I'm not a big fan of heels or flip-flops for that matter.
Yeah,
So like
flip flops, yes.
yeah, flip-flops, yeah, it does weird things too. So when you're like up on your toes like this, what happens so you don't fall forward is this.
Yeah.
Right? And so you sit back like that and you're up on your high heel, so you get this kind of, and now the knees have all the pressure.
Yeah, this is where you.
Yeah, you see, you can see it, right? And then there's that,
yeah,
which is better, up and over. So as soon as the toes, unless you're constantly over engaging your abs and also feeling like you're going to possibly fall forward, the body, if you're standing a long time, does that. So that's just kind of your neuromuscular patterning.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, from all those years. The power pumps. Right now you can have power tennis shoes. The power tennis shoe.
Yeah, I think that's all I wear now.
Yeah. So yeah, try to remember in your body what that feels like, and as soon as you feel your knee hurt, try to get I always think of the pelvis kind of like coming up and floating in front of the thigh bone. If that kind of helps. Uh-oh. Did you freeze or me freeze? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.